on.
Hey, hello. Welcome to the channel. It's Unidentified Podcast, and we're here with Lito, as usual, and Ed, and and me, myself. And today we're talking about the Iranian protests and actual women's right being, violated, you could say. Um, yeah, if you like the topic, comment, leave a note, leave a like, or subscribe. The usual. Would really help. So we would appreciate that. Thanks for the love already, and follow us for more. Okay, guys. Basically, I chose the topic because it's quite recent, and there's a lot of videos and actually news coming out of women that are being are protesting. I don't know if you guys heard or seen anything of it or heard it in the news or over there in the US.
I just heard a little bit. Like I said, I just happened to see some on Twitter. I didn't have time to go look into it though.
No problem. What did you see or what did you notice or?
I just seen this one article. I don't even know if it was connected. It was the guy. It was about child brides, and I guess this guy the guy was 40 years old, and he married an 8-year-old, and he had intercourse with this 8-year-old, and she had internal bleeding and ended up dying. And I don't know if this is connected or what. That's what I heard. Is it connected? Or was this something different?
I don't know if they are allowed to marry.
This was Iranian. Like I said, I don't know if it was the same thing or what.
Yes, this could be connected. I wouldn't know. We would have to take another look at it. But what I know is.
But by the way, I just wanted to say for people to know, we are just like taking a take on this. And for example, I know nothing about it. I already knew like we were gonna talk about the subject, and I really didn't get a chance to look into this. But this is a learning experience. Neither one of us knows everything about the subject. This is us just like exploring and seeing what happens. We will revisit the video, meaning make a part 2 with a little more information in the second round. But this is just to show what we know or don't know, or what questions could rise from this one video in particular. Just so people
Thanks for that, Lito. Yeah, I needed it. And basically, what I've heard or what I've noticed or what I've seen so far is that basically the woman, also heard about the death of a woman, and that's basically what triggered the protest. Because a woman was Iranian woman was stopped by the police because she didn't wear a headscarf. She had probably too tight she was wearing leggings or too tight pants. And in Iran, it's the Islamic State, and they're quite adamant about the woman should wear and
Decency. Decency.
A woman should not reveal face, nothing but her eyes, right? And
I think it's different levels, isn't it? Like some is just a headscarf, some is like the whole cover up.
Like the full cover up is not required. They just need to wear the headscarf, but they need to wear it properly, and they need they need to wear it that it actually covers their hair. There is rating. So what is wearing good? How do you wear it in a good way? And that's already a discussion that is going on for ages.
Come on, they know how they're supposed to wear it.
Exactly. They know. Women's rights. I feel like, you should know. Anyways, the discussion is going on for already ages. Actually, but since the new president came in, for over a year now, he actually was very adamant about attire and actually killing people for protesting against anything that had to do with with not following the rules of the Islamic State.
But this lady that got pulled over, was there an incident with the cop, or did she just get pulled over? Is that just?
What I know is that she was pulled over because she wasn't wearing her jab. That's what they
Okay.
call it, her,
Even in your car, you would get pulled over for that?
that's how bad it is. Imagine.
For what I understood, it wasn't like in public, because I got a friend and he told me that once you're not supposed to like have that off in public, and he told me the woman in his area was supposed to wear everything, you know, all you could show was your eyes. Um, I thought it was the whole place that did that. Obviously, if there's different dress codes, but I'm writing notes, so I hope you don't mind when I look away. I'm writing notes and questions, so when we revisit it, we on point.
But there's no problem. That's a good point actually. And yeah, what I've seen or what I've heard from the history of the country, that since 1973, there actually has been a change in the coup from the Iran state was actually in the hands of the Western leader, like Iranian situation. Iran president back then was very keen or leaning towards the European and Western world. People were more free and they could wear anything they wanted, and that changed after 1973 when actual Islamic president, calls himself Shah, came into power, and he basically introduced those strict rules based on the attire of women and other things that are relevant to to the Islamic State. And that basically lasted for, I think they recouped or they disposed of the president dictator by then because he was calling himself center of the universe.
Is that's the old president, right?
The old.
Who is this? You know his.
I'm trying to look it up right now.
Was what's his name?
Who was the president before the Shah? Mohammed. Oh man, Mossadegh, or dude, I forgot how to pronounce that. Mossadegh, dude.
I wasn't. No.
Dude, it's crazy.
Well, don't even worry about that. So keep going.
Yeah, no. Yeah, basically he changed the whole rules system, and since then the president that came afterwards, or the Shahs, because you call it a Shah when the Islamic rulers call themselves Shahs. And the Shahs that came after him were also quite more leaning towards the Islamic system, and also actually despising of the Western world, which made it gradually worse till now. And yeah, then we see the effects of it, and also the tipping point has come in terms of that the Islamic State is how you call it, actually demanding too much from the women in those countries, in Iran for this time especially.
Okay, so let me just go revisit the whole story, okay? So the story is this lady goes, of course, over there in Iran. She's driving a car without the veil, meaning she's exposing herself, in their opinion, of course. And she gets stopped, and she refuse to take to put her whole thing down on, or is she not given the option? If she's like taking the trial, abused, what's going on with that?
So I don't know the details of it,
Okay.
of what happened after that stopping, but it led up to her being killed by the police officers.
Whoa, they actually killed her.
And then the other question is, they are protesting for their rights or for the murder of this lady?
Actually, what I feel and what I see, what there's also an Iranian lady that I know sympathizes with is that was actually the trigger point for.
So her murder was the trigger, not the reason of the, like the trigger for the, like, how can I explain this? The murder triggered something that was already going on.
Yeah.
But my question is, how does she get killed? Like, how does put your hijab on? How does that turn to someone getting killed?
I think she was beaten to death.
Can you put your headscarf on, ma'am? I don't come up like he came over there just like throwing punches like as soon as like come on, like I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I couldn't tell you what exactly went on, but if you can place yourself in a situation that from holding on or pulling someone over and saying you have to put your headscarf on to when someone's dead, actually by the same police that you over it, sounds like very extreme. How you get there, even if she would have said no reason for death.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
that's beyond extreme. Ed, what are we seeing on the screen? Is that the guy that called himself the central of the universe?
That was the that guy. He was installed. Like it was funny that Nagayan said that the Iranian president was kind of like Zelensky. It's funny because this guy was actually being controlled by the West. That's why they didn't like him. He was actually installed by the West. He was installed by the British and the Americans. And yeah, he was the president, but he didn't really care about the Iranian people. He was just there to make sure that the Americans and the British got their money, got their cut of that oil and all that. BP got their money. So you're right. You're absolutely right, Nagayan. And he is a lot like Zelensky.
I knew you would like to hear that.
Okay. And then this guy fits in the story because of what?
Well, that's the guy that they overthrew. I never heard him, so I'm pretty sure he probably said something else like he's the center of the universe or whatever. I heard he was like a really, tough guy. He really like cracked down on him. But they finally overthrew him, and then they put the Shah in, those religious guys.
Overthrew him? Why? Because he was too lenient?
No. But I don't know. It was the opposite. And he
Actually, he threw a party for the monarchs and I don't know who came, but there was a lot of important people back then we invited, and he spent like times the Swiss government's year budget in that party in 2 days.
Yeah. So he's letting you know right there like who he's for. He's for these elites, for these Europeans. He don't care about you.
Just so you know, guys, all these questions will be answered, hopefully in the next video.
Yeah, I think something's going on with this, man. I think something's going on, man.
So, something's going on with what?
This story seems kind of fishy to me, man.
It seems fishy, but like I said, this is just to pose some questions, okay? To question the situation. And that will motivate us to actually look into it. So we'll be back.
All right, I just want to say one more thing. Iran, they're supplying Russia with drones, and those drones are very effective. And they're one of Russia's only allies, too. So, coincidence. So now we got protests over there. So, hey, just something to think about. All right, we good, guys?
You had something to add?
No, just questions so far. Nagayan, you got anything else, man?
Not of much importance. I would like to say that I am with the Iranian woman and the rights that are being violated. So I stand firm behind them and let them know that like
Why are you behind them? What what are you with? What like what is this movement altogether? You know?
for me it is actually a place where women could feel safe, would have the right to educate themselves and to school and yeah, progress in life. It's I know it's indeed a certain type of Western way of viewing things. At least they should have a choice to do it. Yeah, I wouldn't say to wear what they want, but be respectful with the religion also, but at the same time have some autonomy based on that within the confines of the religion that but it shouldn't be that strict. That's what
I see your point. They should choose to follow up on their ancestors' way. Uh, More or less is what you're saying. And then like if they choose not to, they should yeah, shouldn't be beaten to death, man. That's
Guys,
crazy.
I think there's more to this, but we'll come back to this again. I'm sure there's more to it. All right, guys.
Well, thank you. Please if you got any questions, leave any questions, comments, anything. Thank you for watching.